Lily, why is your tongue out?
What I wanted to go through with you guys, how do I find spots to stay at overnight, especially now that I'm traveling to the East Coast. Well, good morning everyone. I'm over here still in Biloxi, Mississippi at the casino parking lot, and it's been pretty quiet over here, not too bad. Had a few people pull up during the middle of the night and you can kind of hear them, but other than that, sorry, I'm just sitting here looking at how dirty my van is. So other than that, not too big of a deal out here. Been pretty decently quiet and I've enjoyed the spot here, although the humidity is it's off the charts. I actually did something with my hair today, which you can barely tell. I washed it, I curled it a little bit, and now it's just all flat and scraggly looking, which is what happens with my very fine hair. So today we're gonna finish off the scenic highway and byway over here off of 90 and head into Alabama. I can't believe it. Next stop after that is Florida, of course, but we got a lot to do in Alabama. I'm excited to take you on this trip. I think I'm gonna have to figure out a different solution with my hair because it is so humid out here, and going outside and doing any kind of exercise means I'm going to sweat more. My clothes are gonna be dirtier sooner, probably on the first try, where usually I could wear like a shirt or pants a couple of times. So I think on the East Coast with the humidity, I will be doing more washing and more, of course, washing my hair, and which means I'm gonna need more access to water. So I just need to be more diligent about filling up any place I can to get water instead of waiting until I'm kind of low. Once I get to Florida, it'll be a lot better because there's 1,000 trails all over the place that have water. I could just go in even for the day and just grab water and dump my tanks, take a shower. Just got done with my live stream with you guys. That was quite amazing. I really enjoy doing those live streams, and it's the start of my daily videos. Eek. It's gonna be interesting to see how all this goes. How are you doing with the humidity, girl? Is your hair flat too, like mama's? It's warm, huh, girl? All right, we got the AC on. We are back on 90 now, well, almost once we get through this loop, but here is the Gulf and all the beautiful beaches. We're gonna continue on to the rest of our scenic highway and byway to Ocean Springs, which will be coming up really soon, actually. Biloxi is a happening place. We've got the Hard Rock Cafe and Casino here. That's a huge guitar. Oh, look, there's a Waffle House. I think it's gonna be like my mission to find all the Waffle Houses around here. Oh, look at the beautiful sandy beaches. Still 90, we're going over the bay here, but look how foggy it is. It's that marine layer that's coming. Wow, you can see how bad the fog is up here. You can't even see the rest of the bridge hardly. Well, having to stop over here at a pharmacy, CVS place, grab some stuff for mosquitoes and no-see-ums. I got completely eaten up the other day when I was working on the van, and it itches like crazy. Thank you so much everybody who was on the live stream and suggested all of these things for me to get to prevent biting and these no-see-ums and mosquitoes. So I got Skin So Soft for prevention. I'm so glad they had that. I also got some calamine spray, and then I got the cortisone applicator. Has aloe vera in it, which you guys were suggesting, and I need this for the inflammation too, so hopefully all of this helps. I'm doing all of it. Well, I have pink spots now. I don't know if I like the spray. It covers too much of an area that you don't need. I honestly don't care if I'm pink or not, or chalky. I just don't care. It hurts. I'm gonna try to go for a hike over here. Of course, it's in a like area that I'm sure there's no CMs and mosquitoes. So I got the Skin So Soft and some other stuff I'm gonna spray on me, wipe on me, rub on me, whatever, to hopefully not get any more. And then I also have some spray for Lily so that she doesn't get bit. I also started her back on her heartworm medication and the flea and tick so that she does not have any issues herself. We don't want her getting bit, and if she does, she won't get heartworms. Usually it's kind of funny when they bite her like on the head, and I can see like a little knot on her head. But she seems to be okay so far. They've been staying away from her. There's another Waffle House. Gulf Islands National Seashore. It's a National Park Service. Our hike is somewhere down this way. Just over here at the gas station getting gas, but I just tried to go over to a place to go hiking, and the lot was really small, and there was this huge dip, and the trees and branches were coming in. I was like, I don't think I want to go in there, and I couldn't see past it to see how big the parking lot was. Like, I'm not going to take my chances because it was really wooded, and I don't think the parking lot was that big. So, scratch that hike. It's very cloudy over here. We'll try again. I'm glad I didn't go hiking. Literally just 2 minutes after I left that spot. Look at this. It's raining. There's another Waffle House.
Lily, why is your tongue out? Why is your tongue out, honey? Why's your tongue out? So you're not gonna let me get your tongue? I can't get your tongue? You're so sweet, just patiently sitting there. You're a good girl. I'm over here at the laundromat. I need to do a lot of laundry. I haven't done it in a while. You're gonna laugh at me, so I completely ran out of underwear. And so what do? I just go buy some because, you know, I need underwear. So I was at Walmart the other day and I bought some, but that's what I do sometimes. I know I'm like totally telling on myself, but I have so much underwear because like usually you can wear your pants a couple of times, sometimes 3 or 4 times depending on what kind of pants they are and if you've been sweating or not. And same thing with shirts, so I have enough that I don't have to go and do laundry all the time. I need to have more underwear than I do clothes typically. So that's what I've done in the past when I just needed some and haven't been able to wash yet. So I just go buy some. Thankfully they're really minimalist and you can just shove them inside of the cabinet. Super easy. Anyway, so yeah, I told them myself. Amber's little secret. Be honest now, how many of you guys have done the same thing? Even in a sticks and bricks house, how many times have you done that? Be honest, leave me a comment below. Well, I made it over to my spot for the night here in Alabama, and I'm just staying at the Welcome Center or the Rest Stop. It's actually really nice. It's probably one of the nicer ones that I've actually stayed at. And I'll show that to you guys in just a little bit, but first I wanted to cover a few things. The second thing is that we finished the Scenic Highway and Byway in Ocean Springs, and that was all along the 90 coast, so that's done now. It was so beautiful, except for the no-see-ums that just bit the heck out of me while I was there, but I've stocked up on all kinds of medication and things to help me hopefully prevent, and also if they do bite me, which they did, you know, before, get that inflammation down and that itching down, because it was really bad. If it looks like I'm sweating, it's because I am. I'm hot. I just got settled here and I have to like sit still for a little while to like cool my body temperature down with this humidity. It's just so humid. I can't believe how humid it is. I don't think I've ever felt it this humid before. It's been a really long time at least. I'm just not used to it at all. I will say I'm not enjoying it, and a lot of people on the live stream this morning said that that was kind of indicative of Mississippi. So we're out of Mississippi, now in Alabama. Hopefully it will get better as we move along. What I wanted to go through with you guys, and this kind of came up in my live stream this morning that maybe I haven't talked about with you guys completely, and that is how do I find spots to stay at overnight, especially now that I'm traveling to the East Coast. I wanted to take you through my process of what I do to figure out how to find a spot step by step. My first preference is to, of course, stay out in nature somewhere. It's going to be a little bit harder and harder to do on the East Coast unless I stay in some campgrounds or state parks. The first thing that I do is I look at Compendium. Compendium is my absolute favorite app for finding places to stay. Well, there's two main reasons that I like it so much. One is that it's just a really, really great app, and it has almost everything on there, from paid parks to stay at, state parks, Walmart's, Cracker Barrels, the rest stops, all the types of places that you can stay at for free and for paid. And then it also has a feature where you can filter it by, let's say I want to stay somewhere for free, and I also want to make sure that it has either AT&T or Verizon cell signal. And so I can filter by that. In order to get that feature, you do have to pay the annual fee to Compendium. I don't recall how much it is. It's like $25, $30, something like that. It's not expensive at all for what you get out of it. Especially if you're doing this life full time, it pays for itself like in the first day that you use it. So Compendium is my first one because it also has reviews. It's really, really good. The people that I've seen who've done reviews on there are usually very spot on. They'll tell you if there's cell signal, how many bars there are, and if there's any kind of issues at the place. You know, if it's a really rutted out road, or it's too steep, or Class A can't get up it, or you need a 4x4. There's all kinds of information that people put on there. So I really, really value Compendium as my #1 app to look at when I first start looking for a place to stay. That said, my first thing that I look for is free spots in nature. If I can't find that on Compendium, the next thing I do is I look at iOverlander. iOverlander is an app that's primarily for smaller RVs. Some of your bigger RVs can utilize it too, but I have found that most of them are for smaller ones because they also incorporate a lot of urban camping. So it tells you where you can stay in cities, which is very, very helpful when you're coming through cities a lot. If I can't find anything with that one, then the next thing that I do is I look at Harvest Host and Thousand Trails. So I just got the Thousand Trails membership this last year. I look for Thousand Trails. It is a campground, but I have to be careful because my membership has various restrictions on it. So I have to make sure that I'm within those guidelines. So I can't always stay at a campground, nor do I always want to stay at a campground, for the reason that I've talked about before, which is I'd rather be out in nature kind of by myself, away from a bunch of people. Now, if I can't have that, then the next thing that I do is I look for the Harvest Host places that will get me into breweries, wineries. So wineries usually are really pretty. You will be out kind of in a rural setting, typically on land. Farms are the same way. Breweries typically not, because it's a brewery and it's gonna be a pub type of a place where people can go and get a beer, and so it's going to be more like a parking lot. So there's that as well. There's a lot of museums as well, and usually museums, of course, are going to be in parking lots. Thing that I like about Harvest Host is that you get to have an experience along with having a place to stay. And it's just a really great setup that they have, and Harvest Host is adding more and more and more companies to their network so that we'll have more and more places to stay and go. I've seen it over the last couple of years since the new owners took over, and they have just done an amazing job of adding new companies to it. So it's a win-win. You get to have a place to stay overnight for free. It's not really free. I mean, it's free. You're not giving them money for the place to stay there, but you are going into their establishment and purchasing something. That is a requirement from Harvest Host, and it's a goodwill thing. You're buying from a local company that you're staying at, and they're allowing you to stay there for free. So it's a win-win. Plus, you get to have like an experience and meet people. A lot of times the owners, listen to their story, how they started their business. It's just a really, really great setup. I really, really, really love it. That's kind of how I work. So if I can't find some place that's in a rural area or nature, then I'm gonna look for something else that's free, whether it's gonna be urban camping, a parking lot, Harvest Host, 1,000 Trails. If I can't find any of those, then I'm going to be looking for an actual campground that I have to pay for. It's very, very rare that I have to do that. Very rare. I usually can find places to stay even if it's a parking lot. I don't enjoy doing the parking lots all the time. When I first started out, it wasn't such a big deal, but I don't know, when you're used to being in nature all the time, it's a much more pleasant experience. So like the last several nights, I've actually been in a parking lot. Thankfully, it's been in quiet areas, but there'll be a time where I start getting a little bit of anxiety where I want to be in nature. And so I'll have to pay for that, most likely, being on the East Coast. So the places that I've stayed at before, besides rural lands like National Forest or BLM land, is I've stayed at Walmarts before, I've stayed at Cracker Barrels, and I've stayed at Bass Pro Shop, at Cabela's, big stores like that. I don't prefer Walmart from the standpoint that it's just really loud there. And so nothing wrong with Walmart. Amazing system that they have, and I'm so thankful that they allow people to stay there. It's just loud. So I would prefer a place that shuts down overnight. So a Cabela's or even the Cracker Barrel is really great for that. Cracker Barrel is amazing. It's usually pretty quiet. A lot of them are right off the highway, so it's really easy access as well. So you'll get a little bit of the road noise, but you won't get all the traffic of cars going in and out around you and the loud street sweepers at night that Walmart has sometimes. So those are kind of my go-tos if I'm going to be in the city or off the highway. So the other app that I use to find more kind of urban places or places off the highway is called All Stays, and that will have all of your truck stops, your rest areas, all of the things that I talked about before with the Walmarts, Cracker Barrels. It'll have paid RV parks. It has all of that stuff on there, which Compendium has as well. So I kind of cross-reference both of those, but Compendium is, again, my go-to for everything from the very beginning. You can also look at Google Maps if you're in an area and just kind of look around the map and see if there's a place where you think you can kind of stealth camp. Not illegally. Stealth camping is not illegal. It just means kind of blend in, right? I've stayed in some neighborhoods before where I make sure I'm kind of on the outskirts of the neighborhood. I don't want to like park in front of somebody's house, none of that stuff. I'm very, very cognizant of people's space. Obviously, I don't want them to call the police and go, hey, there's a white van in front of my house. Can you come check it out? Yeah, dead giveaway. Something's might be up and it kind of creeps people out, even though I have a nice van, but it still creeps people out. So you're gonna get a knock on the door most likely. The thing with stealth camping in places too, especially if it's off of a highway or a coastline, which I've stayed a lot of places like that, you can typically stay there if there's not a sign that says no overnight camping. So if there's no sign like that, I usually will park there if I feel that it's safe, if I feel like I'm not gonna get a knock on the door at night. And a lot of times I'll also check the local ordinance to figure out if there's a law against sleeping in your van or your car or your RV. That's how I find places to stay overnight. And I've been moving around a lot since I left Arizona to go out to Florida. But once I get to Florida, I'll slow down just a little bit. I was just trying to get out of that Texas weather that was super, super cold, and then also make it to Florida a bit quicker. Almost there, and I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I have right now 3 weeks before I'm supposed to be at my reservation down in Key West. So basically I have 3 weeks to get from Alabama through the panhandle of Florida and then down to Key West. So yeah, I'm super excited for that. I can't wait. Hopefully the weather is cooperative too and I have some really good weather and not really humid weather, hopefully. Let me show you outside really quick where I'm at. So this is the Welcome Center to Alabama. That's the Welcome Center over there, and they have this nice big parking lot here that's just kind of off to the side where you can stay. And then there's additional parking lot over there, 2 parking lots, and then back here is the one for semi-trucks. And then they have tons of picnic areas, grass for your dog. They also have water kind of close to the picnic tables. The Compendium app said that when someone came through here in January of this year that those things were not working and the dump station wasn't working, and that is still true. They're still not working.
They have it blocked off and the water is shut off. That might be because of the weather that just recently happened. I don't really know why, because before it was working, there were comments in the review section that showed that people were dumping their tanks and getting water. So I'm not sure what's going on, but anyways, it's a really beautiful place and lots of trees, and the highway is just over there. So it's not too loud actually. I can't even really hear anybody from the highway inside of the van. It's actually starting to feel better and not so humid out. Still a little bit humid. My hair is just a mess. Maybe I should cut my hair short on this trip, or I'm gonna be wearing baseball caps a lot because my hair is just, it doesn't do well in this kind of weather. I thank you so much for coming along on this ride today. I know we didn't do too much that was fun. You know, it was kind of one of those travel days where I needed to do errands and absolutely wash my clothes. Wash the van. Oh yeah, I washed the van. Boy, there's still dirt on her though, but I got a lot of it off, so we'll have to probably do one more wash. I kind of ran out of quarters while I was there. Guys, I really appreciate you joining me on this journey. I started this channel to story chase. The name of my YouTube channel is Story Chasing, and I did that because I was living this life where I was working way too much. I never really got out and I wasn't fulfilled. I didn't feel like I was living my dreams. Instead, I felt like I was dying this slow, miserable death in my job, in this house that I had purchased. I just wasn't having fun. And now things have changed so much for me. My goal for this channel is to hopefully help inspire and motivate you to also live out your dreams. This is my dream in RVing. It doesn't have to be yours. I know a lot of people tune in to just watch what I do, and some people actually want to move into this lifestyle. Whether you're trying to be a nomad or you're not trying to be a nomad, we all still have dreams and goals that we want to accomplish. And I want to help you get there. And hopefully whatever I'm doing, whatever I'm saying, is helping you to think about that and how you can actually accomplish those dreams and those goals and chase those stories. Thank you guys again so much. I really appreciate your support for this channel. You guys just rock, seriously. All right guys, I'll see you in the next video, which is tomorrow. Good night. Bye.